Weddings are celebrations of love and new beginnings. In the past, a single photographer captured the day, and weeks later, the photos arrived in an album. Now, everyone has a camera in their pocket, sharing moments instantly. This has given rise to a new tradition, the wedding hashtag. Couples create clever hashtags like Smiths get hitched, so guests can tag every photo. The result? A digital guest book, a live album from every angle. Anyone can click the hashtag and relive the day through hundreds of perspectives. But what if, hidden in this stream of joy, is something dark? What if a face in the background belongs to a ghost from the past? This is the story of how a simple wedding hashtag, meant to celebrate love, ended up closing a decades-old chapter of crime. It's about an ordinary person, scrolling through wedding photos, who spotted a face they could never forget. The digital world connects us in ways we're still discovering. A photo posted in California can be seen instantly in Oregon, or anywhere. In this case, that connection became a tool for justice. Hundreds of guests and their online friends became accidental detectives, all linked by a single hashtag. They were about to hunt a man who thought he'd escaped forever. The year was 2018, and the sun shone over a vineyard in California. Emily and Josh, deeply in love, had planned their wedding for over a year. Friends and family gathered from across the country to celebrate. The couple, modern and social media savvy, created the hashtag Happily Ever Andersons. Signs on every table encouraged guests, share the love. Hundreds of photos flooded social media. Ceremony, first dance, cake cutting, candid moments. The official photographer caught the big moments, but guests captured the small, intimate ones. Each photo added to the digital stream, another memory in the online album. Among the crowd was a quiet man, a friend of a distant relative, just another face. As the night ended, Emily and Josh felt their hearts were full. They looked forward to reliving the day through the hashtag on their honeymoon. But hidden in those happy photos was a secret. One guest wasn't just a guest. He carried a hidden past, and thanks to a simple hashtag, that past was about to catch up with him. The power of the internet was about to turn a wedding into the start of a manhunt. No one at the party could have imagined what was coming. A celebration of love was about to become a story of justice, all because of a single photo. In Oregon, Rachel scrolled through, Happily Ever Andersons, wishing she'd made it to her cousin's wedding. She smiled at the joyful photos, Emily in her dress, Josh beaming, family celebrating. Then one group shot made her pause. In the background, a man's face caught her eye. He was partly hidden, but something about him felt chillingly familiar. Rachel zoomed in, her heart pounding. She was a true crime enthusiast, often reading about unsolved mysteries. Suddenly she remembered a police sketch from an old Oregon case. The man in the photo looked eerily like a fugitive wanted for arson and murder decades ago. Could it really be him? The odds seemed impossible, but the resemblance was undeniable. Rachel's mind raced. Was she imagining things, or had she just stumbled onto a dangerous criminal? She needed to know for sure. The digital guest book had just become a crime scene. One face in a sea of smiles was about to change everything. Rachel's next move would set off a chain reaction. The crime Rachel remembered was infamous in Oregon. Over 20 years ago, a beloved restaurant was burned down. Arson, not accident. The owner was found murdered before the fire. The main suspect, Daniel Cross, a former employee fired weeks before. He'd argued with the owner, made threats, then vanished after the crime. Despite a warrant, Cross disappeared without a trace. The case went cold. The family left without answers. Police released sketches and age-progressed images, but no one came forward. Daniel Cross became a ghost story, a fugitive lost to time. Rachel remembered the sketch, the haunted eyes. The man in the wedding photo looked just like him. The resemblance was too close to ignore. Rachel felt a mix of dread and excitement. Was she really looking at a man who'd escaped justice for decades? The digital world had brought a ghost from the past into the present. A family's grief, a cold case, and a wedding hashtag were about to collide. Rachel knew she couldn't let this go. She was staring at a secret the internet had just revealed. Rachel's hands shook as she compared the wedding photo to the old police sketch. The likeness was chilling. She searched Happily Ever Anderson's for more photos of the man. In one, he was tagged, using a different name, Mark. Rachel found his public profile, filled with ordinary photos and a carefully crafted new identity. But he'd made a mistake. He'd let himself be photographed at a wedding. Unsure what to do, Rachel turned to an online true crime forum. She posted the photos and the story, asking, "Did I just find a fugitive?" The response was immediate. Internet sleuths compared facial features, dug through public records, and found links between Mark and Daniel Cross's past. The evidence mounted quickly. The crowdsourced investigation took on a life of its own. Piece by piece, strangers built a case. The digital hunt was on. Rachel realized this was bigger than her. The internet had become a detective agency. A single hashtag had unleashed a wave of amateur investigators. The net was closing in. Justice was just a click away. The online investigation grew, uncovering Mark's trail across several states. Every clue pointed back to Oregon and Daniel Cross. Rachel gathered the evidence, photos, records, forum threads, and sent it to the police and FBI. The authorities took notice. The case was too detailed to ignore. Detectives reopened the cold file and began surveillance. They confirmed Mark's true identity, Daniel Cross. With a decades-old warrant and new digital evidence, police moved in. One morning, as he left for work, Daniel Cross was arrested. The ghost from the past was finally in handcuffs. Emily and Josh's wedding hashtag had become the key to solving a cold case. The digital guest book had delivered justice. A celebration of love had led to the capture of a fugitive. All because someone was paying attention. Daniel Cross's arrest stunned everyone who knew him as Mark. Neighbors and co-workers were shocked by his secret. Emily and Josh were horrified. A suspected murderer had attended their wedding. But their hashtag had helped bring justice. At trial, prosecutors used both old evidence and new digital clues. Social media posts, especially the wedding photo, became key evidence. The Happily Ever Anderson's hashtag proved Cross's presence and timeline. The internet sleuths weren't called to testify, but their work was crucial. Their digital trail saved police countless hours. Crowdsourcing had turned strangers into a force for justice. The digital world had created a new kind of witness. A single post had become the thread that unraveled a decades-old lie. The power of connection had changed everything. The trial was swift, the evidence overwhelming. Daniel Cross was found guilty of arson and murder. After more than 20 years, the victim's family finally had justice. They thanked Rachel and the online community for their role. A wedding hashtag had brought closure to a grieving family. The story became a media sensation, a modern detective tale for the digital age. Social media, often seen as trivial, had solved a serious crime. In today's world, every post leaves a digital footprint. For Daniel Cross, that footprint led straight to his door. Emily and Josh's wedding became famous for reasons they never expected. Their hashtag was now a symbol of unexpected justice. A guest, a cousin, and a group of strangers had all played a part. You never know what stories are hidden in the background. This story is a lesson for our digital age. We share our lives online, creating a river of information. Most of the time, it's filled with happy memories, but sometimes it stirs up secrets from the deep. The Daniel Cross case proves there are no true secrets on the internet. A face in a photo can solve a decades-old mystery. Every post creates a ripple, spreading farther than we imagine. In this case, a wedding photo became a wave of justice. The internet has made detectives of us all. It gives us the power to connect, to see what others miss. The next time you share a photo, remember this story. The digital trail you leave might change someone's life. The world is full of mysteries, waiting for the right person to notice. Sometimes the key is already in your pocket. The river of information is deep. You never know what you'll find.